So my history with women, right, has been quite interesting. I wouldn't say I have the greatest resume in the world, but like I feel like now I know a thing or two, you feel me? But like prior to before, like dog, my by game, my success rate was it's just dog shit, bro. Like it was just not great at all. And I can really stretch this back to high school, dog. I can really stretch this shit back to high school. But like I don't think high school counts. Like, if you, no offense, you're a high schooler, but like, you don't really matter yet as a person. But like, I feel like the peak of like where shit was just going wrong for me when it came to like women and shit was like at my first semester of college. Dang, first semester, my nigga was brutal. It was bad, dog. Like, my shot success rate was in the negatives, dog. Like, I'm sitting there wondering, like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? What am I actually doing wrong? But I just wasn't realizing like the things I was doing, like how things were just playing out against me. I'm just sitting here confused, and that confusion slowly turned into resentment. I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. I feel like every man really goes through this for like go through that stage of just not knowing, just a ball of ignorance. You're just not knowing. You feel me? And I feel like some men just go through the stage like for a short period of time. Some men it takes longer, it just all depends. Like I felt like I was doing everything right, my nigga, but like not getting the results I wanted. Like it just felt so confusing. And like I said, I was just slowly building up resentment and frustration because I kept putting in effort but not getting the results I was looking for. So I turned to something that I could use as a coping mechanism. I needed answers, my nigga. I was angry. I needed something, bro. And I turned to red pill content. I looked at, red pill content as a way of understanding and like getting the answers I've been looking for, why I've been, just so down bad with women. Like, nigga, bitches were curving me left to right. I was getting curved more than the exam. Like, I was down bad, dog. I was watching niggas like, FedEx Fearless, Steph is Cold, Austin Dunham, AMS. I was watching all of them niggas, you feel me? And I feel like nowadays, red pill has like a negative like connotation towards it because I guess they're like insinuating those people are like bitter or like angry or things like that. But I personally think red pill can be a good thing because like red pill, what I take as red pill, like what I define as red pill is just understanding the truth and accepting the truth for what it is and learning to adjust, like, learn to use your skills to like adjust accordingly to be able to get the best out of the situation. So it's just learning and understanding that the truth is the truth. You can't change like what it is. It is what it is, essentially. That's what red pill is. When I was watching that shit and them spinning game to me and them like opening my mind and shit, like I was slowly getting more and more frustrated. Like it was funny. I was getting even angrier. And like I wasn't really accepting the truth, even though that's the whole point of red pill. You have to accept the truth for what it is. But I was getting angrier because, like, nigga, why the fuck is the truth the way it is? Like, I don't like the truth. Like, why is it like that, bro? Why is the truth like that? So it wasn't the fact that I was getting red pilled. It was the fact that I was just getting bitter about the fact that red pill was the way red pill is, and you know, things like female nature. How using money looks as status to your benefit to get more successful with women. Um, Learning to be assertive, being a dominant, being, just all these attributes as a man that women are looking for. I was just getting bitter and more upset about the fact that it was the way it was. Like I didn't like that. I guess that's what they call like red pill rage. I was at that sort of stage, even though that is literally what red pill is. Accepting the truth, but I wasn't accepting it. So could you really say I was being red pill? Like you can't really say that for real. So my vision was fogged up. I wasn't accepting the truth for what it was. I was getting pissed off because the truth was the truth and I didn't like the truth. And bitches were still curving me. And I was getting pissed off. So you know what I started doing? I started doing what every man at one point in time was doing. I started being more toxic. I started being more toxic because I had this sort of negative energy because I was getting negative feedback from women. So I started, presenting more negative energy and I started being more toxic. So I started being more toxic because, playing the game fairly, being myself was not obviously enough. And the red pill is saying that I need to be more, I need to level up. I need to fucking be better. I need to be better as a person. That's some bullshit. I didn't want to hear that. So I started cutting corners. I started being more toxic, started lying, started, uh, being unclear with what I'm saying, like trying to be mysterious, but I was just being very indirect. Uh, I was just doing a whole bunch of things. Like I wasn't being as assertive, I just started cutting corners like shit. So I actually started seeing success. I started seeing some sort of motion go on. It was little, very little motion, but it was some motion. You feel me? It was getting somewhere. It was getting somewhere. Yes, sir. It was getting somewhere. Finally, at last. But it was the fact that them shits never lasted long, bro. It never lasted, bro. It never lasted after like a couple weeks, a month maybe. It never really lasted that long. Like it was just something that was very short-lived because it was based off zero foundation. And I never believed in being toxic before. I never believed in actually being toxic. But once you start to, play the game fairly, but you're not seeing what you want to see, it's like, okay, niggas that are being toxic are getting what they want. I'm trying to crush. I'm trying to crack. Niggas that are being toxic are doing that. Okay, guess what? I just need to do that. If you can't beat them, join them. But of course, that was never enough. It was just not enough for me to have such short-lived, entertainment. And it was just, what was I doing wrong? I'm still like wondering, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, why am I not seeing the things I want to see? Why am I not getting to places where I want to get, even though I'm supposedly doing everything right? So I started wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing? And like I said, I need some answers, right? And I ended up coming across this one video from Stephen Speaks, and he was talking about, healing and forgiveness. He was talking about one of those two things, and I was watching the whole video, and the message sounded like straight bullshit. Like, what do you mean healing? Isn't healing only for niggas that are in like relationships, like that just ended like their relationship? Like, I ain't been in no relationships. Like, why do I need to like heal and shit? Like, so I was watching one of the roommates podcasts, right? And they were talking about also, they were talking about bettering yourself, becoming more, fit, being more, financially stable, all that, just becoming a better self so you can attract the people that you want to attract. But they're also talking about like part of being better is going through like that healing process, and like actually going through the emotions and the grief of you ending like your relationship, or you like getting hurt by someone or whatever, right? Like I just didn't think that really applied to me. But as I was really thinking about it and sitting down and thinking about that shit, right, I was thinking like my thought perceptions, the way I was thinking, the way like I was just viewing women, the way I was just viewing a whole bunch of things in my life was through a negative lens. And I'm like, I was just, as like time kept going on, right? As time kept going on, I think I saw another one of Stephen Speaks videos, and he was also talking about like another video about healing. And it was like, it was completely different this time because like my reaction wasn't so negative and bitter like the first one. But this time it was like, okay, maybe I do need to actually go through like some sort of healing, right? Maybe I do actually need to heal myself because, like I said, so ever since high school, my nigga, I've been, I've been curved, been ghosted, all that, all that. Me not knowing that that was actually hindering my chances even more because I had this sort of like negative perception of women, and like that was going to be projected through me trying to shoot my shot again. That was going to be constantly being projected. So how is I going to become better and actually shift and not have that negative, thought perception, that negative energy when dealing with women? How was I going to do that? So I think I came up with 3 different ways. So number 1 is actually taking the time to heal. So I need to take that time for myself, take that time. Like any injury, like you have to take the time to recover so you can bounce back. I actually have to take that time for myself and just analyze my thoughts and revitalize the way I just view women and just view just dating in general. Because you end up just projecting your insecurities and overall being a more bitter person because things are not working out for you. And of course, there's women out there that are, you should always stay away from. There's women out there that you should not know, you should not indulge yourself with. But like, you wouldn't really know about like the actual women out there that are actually good if you don't even give yourself and her a fair chance. Number two is taking accountability. Taking accountability for, my actions, what I had done wrong, the things I had done wrong in previous, situations. And even if it wasn't even my fault, look at like the silver lining and see what I could have done better in the situation. Maybe I could have cut it short. Maybe I could have done different things. Maybe I could have done something else. Just try to always take accountability for your actions, because that's how you will actually end up changing your circumstance. Because if you take accountability and take responsibility for your, things that happen in your life, you have the ability and power to change that. I always find myself blaming women for my shortcomings, find myself just, like, it wasn't even my fault, because like I couldn't have done nothing in that situation, but whole time probably could have done something different. And number three, it's a hard one right here. Is a very, very hard one, is to forgive. Forgive. I'm bad at forgiving people. Like, I'm very bad at forgiving people. And it's not a good thing, because you have to learn how to put the nail in the coffin, bro. You just got to learn how to dead shit, bro. Just leave it in the past and keep it in the past, because you bring that shit to the present, man, that's, like I said, where insecurity is going to start coming up and shit, and you got to learn to just forgive, not for the other person's sake, but for my sake. I just got to learn how to forgive for my sake. But like I said, I'm terrible at forgiving people, so like, it's just something I'm still working on. I'm still working on. What that nigga J. Cole say, man, he said, life is a balance. You lose your grip, you can slip into an abyss, no doubt. You see these niggas tripping. Like, bro, you need to have balance in your life, bro. Like, you need to have that sort of balance of, being direct and like knowing the truth about female nature and shit. Like, just having that red pill side, just understanding what female are for what they are. Also have that compassionate side where, you can heal yourself, you have that forgiveness within you to, just move on from the situation and not hold that, sort of negative thought perception and that negative experience within you as you're going on to the next. You feel me? So like, you have to have that holistic viewpoint in life, because you have only one or the other, but you're gonna be kind of fucked. I ain't gonna lie. You're not gonna be doing that great. So in conclusion, looks like I'm not that toxic after all. I don't know. I don't think I'm that toxic. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. All right, bro. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'm going.